Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today, I'm joined by Dan and I'm joined by James. I'm hosting this week.
James is there. I can't say.
Yeah, well, there is we're also joined by Lucas, the Christmas tree. We're naming the Christmas tree after Lucas.
His Christmas tree, Lucas.
Yeah, I throw myself into the Christmas tree. Lucas not here. He has something on, but I'm sure he'll be back next week, which might actually be next year, depending on if we do another podcast in between. We'll find out. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, boys, Dan, how you been, mate?
You're not too bad. Had an eventful weekend. Went to the Sherwood on Saturday.
Ooh, the Sherwood.
Drank a few beverages.
Very nice.
Watched a couple overs of cricket.
Yeah, nice. I got quite drunk with you on the Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never.
No, never. James, how you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Played some golf, had some beers. All around, just pretty normal.
Yeah. I mean, same here. Played some golf. Got a birdie, cheeky birdie. It happened to be on the same hole I've done this before, and I last time said was my best drive of my life. This has one-upped it. The last time I was off the green by, I would say, like maybe 10 meters. This time I was off the green by like the little fringe around the outside. Got a cheeky birdie, so I was pretty happy with that.
The edge of the green.
Yeah. For anyone who plays golf, I scored 115. Really bad at golf. But I got a birdie and a par to finish off my 18.
Imagine
so
what your score could have been.
Yeah. It would have been in the 120s, 100%. But anyway, we digress. We'll get into accountability. It has been a somber time for us recently, but I think with with the Christmas season upon us, we're winning. Jim's Jam, Boston Rocks gets a win.
Mate, it was rocking around the Christmas tree, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, as you can see by my rigorous researching into the form guides of I think about 5 minutes while we were recording the podcast last week. I really found a gem for the listeners. Needed a win. We needed some jam back in the podcast. We'd been jamless for too long. But yeah, it was good to get the win. Had a little bit on it for myself, so that was quite nice.
It's always good when you have it for yourself. And the punters, hopefully you got on. Dan's decision to buy Poet. Your first decision was scratch, so you had to pick a second one, and it was the favourite.
Look, I can't vividly remember the race, but I think I remember it like it was winning at some stage.
Yeah.
And it got beaten just at the end or some shit. I can't remember.
Look, there was a lot of beers drunk at the Sherwood. I was on Jacks on Ice. It came second, which was, pretty good for a black booker that Brandon's picked from ages ago. Drunk Brandon, obviously. And
turns out Jack was not on ice.
Yeah, he wasn't on ice. Maybe he needed a bit more ice to go.
He was on ice and was slipping and sliding.
And Lucas's top tip, Super Schmink, with a loss as well. The horse racing multi, we had mine and James's got the win because I had mine for a place as it was paying pretty big for the win. And obviously Lucas Stan letting us down. Rough. But, punters, as we say, gamble responsibly and keep hunting as well. So,
Bit of an oxymoron, but 1300 858 858.
Yes.
Good stuff. And, we have already brought it up, but we are, for the audio listeners, all in Christmas attire. Dan has a shirt. What does it say?
It says, "My presence is your present."
Oh, that's beautiful.
Totally haven't said that one to the girlfriend.
Hey. And then I've got my at Lowe's shirt on. James has a nice suit jacket and shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
He dressed for the occasion.
A suit jacket that I believe was once yours.
Well, it
Still is.
it still is. Somehow has lost his shirt. So he's got the full kit on, just like Ezra Mann with the shorts. It is short season. So,
I was tempted to wear Christmas shorts, but
Yeah.
the old giblets might hang out of the
Oh,
shorts. They're a
jeez.
bit small.
The visual listeners, watchers don't want to say that.
Yeah,
but,
they're quite happy that you decided not to.
yeah, no.
100%.
But, Christmas season upon us, drinking season. We get to celebrate with our friends, our family. It's going to be a great time for everyone. But I think it's a bad time for people who work in the retail industry. I, as one who does work in the retail industry, English, Christmas carols. Are you guys a big fan of them? Because myself, after an hour of them, I really had enough.
From a person that worked at Coles for 5.5 years and endured 5 Christmases of Christmas carols from December 1st, I can only endure them for a week.
Yeah. Do you have a personal most hated? Because I do.
Probably that Mariah Carey one.
Yeah, All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah, probably
Mine's
that one. Yeah.
Partridge in a Pear Tree or whatever it is. 12 Days of Christmas. But it plays, I swear to you, not 6 times a day, and every time I one step closer to not working there. But James, well, how about you?
To be honest, I didn't even notice them while I was out doing my Christmas shopping today.
That's what
I was like, I haven't even heard a Christmas carol this year, and I went, I probably did today because I was shopping. But
it's like subliminal Christmas carol messaging that every shop has, but you don't care. Just the employees hate it. But well, while you're talking about your shopping, mate, we actually have the next part. I haven't done my Christmas shopping, and shocker. Most men in the world leave their Christmas shopping to last day. Boys, have you done your Christmas shopping? When's the appropriate time to do Christmas shopping?
Well, me and Mum went on Sunday to do Christmas shopping.
Oh, nice.
I think I got everyone, but there's still one more person to get for, but that can be after Christmas.
Okay,
I do care, but I do.
Yeah. Shout them out and tell them why you don't care about that.
Sorry, I might be single after that one.
Idiot.
Okay, James. Shopping.
So I got mine done today. So today's the 20th we're recording on. 5 days before. I like to try and get it done in the week before. I like to think that I'll try to get it done in the month before, but that doesn't happen. I think last year I might have been the day or 2 days beforehand. So that was not my finest. It was a bit of a rush, but try to give about a week.
Or you can just be like our Arnie and do it fucking 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
Arnie Carroll.
Crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Myself, I'll be doing my Christmas shopping as this podcast comes out. Friday, I'm gonna do. But I've also thought maybe I should just get everyone a Couch Commentators hat. Buy that.
Wait, we should actually do that.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's a gift. Look at the hat on James's head. The Couch Commentators .shop. Buy it now. You might get it in time for Christmas. Probably not.
If you know us, maybe.
If you're a mate, then yes.
Yeah. UFC 296 has happened over the weekend. Now, I watched most of the card. James, you watched some of it. Dan,
I watched highlights.
he watched highlights. So we've all done our research on the card. It was a good card. Some good fights, some bad. The usual. Some sleepers. I went to sleep during one of them. We'll get to that. And there was actually a fight that ended in someone else going to sleep, though. It was one of the main card fights. It was the early one, though. It was a prelim. It was, not a prelim, main card. Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell, the Bible lover. Usually he carries a Bible out to his fight, the ring. Didn't this time, but this time he was definitely seeing God after Josh Emmett sent him to the Shadow Realm. The overhand right that he hit him with, I would say, is similar to a baseball bat. The sound that came off of that guy's head was ridiculous. And boys, I mean, did you see it? It was wild.
I did. Yeah, like the way Josh Emmett just knocked, like he ducked under his punches and then just fucking boom.
Yeah. And Emmett is in the same weight class as Volkanovski, which he at one stage was on a run to go for the title, but lost a couple fights. But with shots like that, you fear for Volk.
You're always a chance with a punch like that.
Yeah.
And you said Bryce Mitchell got put to sleep. He was a violent sleeper because, as DC was saying, he's shaking, Joe.
Yeah.
He's shaking.
You never like to see that. I mean, he has come out and like Bryce Mitchell is okay now. He's And
Which is part of the reason why I made the joke, because he's come out and said, as far as the knockout goes, although it looked ugly, he's actually quite healthy considering.
And he thanked Josh Emmett for not following through and giving him more concussion because, goddamn, that guy hits like a ton of bricks. As I said, if he's to go, gets a chance against Volk, like he's got that puncher's chance. That knockout power for a featherweight is ridiculous. Like, featherweight, you're thinking about pretty much my height, my weight, and he's punching that 5 foot even, 6 foot on a good day. But no, he's that started off the main card, and that was a great fight. Got fight of the night, and then on to the next fight though, which was a old bull versus the young calf. It was Tony Ferguson, who's been on a bit of a decline of late. He versed Paddy Pimblett. Paddy the buddy. Paddy rocking the cornrows for this fight, which was an interesting choice. But it went the distance, and Paddy won all 3 rounds. I think, honestly, it didn't do many, like, I don't know, brought Paddy's chips any higher. Like, his stocks didn't go up from it. It
was just neutral, wasn't it? Like he was always going to win it, and he won it.
Yeah, he kind of just like obviously out wrestled him, that sort of stuff, but he looked gassed for most of it.
Yeah,
I seen highlights of like one part of the fight where Paddy was just on top of Tony, just like pounding his head.
Yeah,
and I'm like, why isn't like Tony was barely protecting himself? And it's like, why the fuck isn't the ref stopping this? But then Tony managed to. Flip onto his front. I
do think poor Tony, he at one stage was one of the feared and one of the best in the weight class, but it obviously has been a decline. I think ever since it was Gaff G, I think, sent him to the Shadow Realm.
Now the only thing that's scary about him is his receding hairline.
And his sick tattoo on his back of Aiden wings. But no, Tony's a legend of the game, and if he doesn't want to retire, I guess like he gets to keep going. But the only reason he's still in the UFC is because of his legacy that he has. Like
and money.
He's on a big fight, like loss streak at the moment, which most people would, I think, get.
He just gets fed to the next one that's coming through.
Poor bloke.
He's like a stepping stone for the kids that are coming through.
I still think he beats like probably 80% of like the unranked fighters. All these guys, like he could probably. Pummel them, but yeah, unfortunate for poor Tony. But the next fight, boys, you may have seen it. Me and Lucas absolutely love the next fight. It is Shavkat Rakhmonov versus another bloke aging into his later of his career. He's at 40 years old, I think, or something. So he's still performing so well, though. You got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. And Rakhmonov just loves finishing blokes off, Dan. I don't know if you know this, but he loves to finish blokes. Let me tell you, 18 fights, 18 finishes. Has not had a fight go the distance. He either subs
his cardio must be horrible.
He's really good at like a 1-2 pump, and he's done. But no,
they call him two-stroke for nothing.
This guy is a serious fighter, and he's definitely a chance of being the next champion of that division. Considering the main fight that we'll talk about later, not necessarily a wrestler of note. Rakhmonov, though, he was the first person to ever sub Wonderboy, which is another big feat for him. Like, no one's ever been, like, they can take him down, but to get the submission on him has always been hard. But another thing, like, Wonderboy is, James will agree to this, is just a different style of fighter. You don't have another fighter like him.
Mate, there's a reason why he was brazen enough to have the nickname Wonderboy. Because when he was coming through, he's like... his original base was karate and then obviously become an MMA fighter. His striking is so supreme and perfect. I remember like this question mark kick, and it just sort of bounces up from almost leg height to knock a guy out. It's beautiful, stuff of beauty, and he's managed to have a career till 40, still ranked number 6. Obviously, that might have dropped after this fight, but Yeah, and then he gets given a guy that nobody wants to fight, Shavkat,
man.
and he goes, you know what? I want to still challenge myself against the best. I'm not here just to muck around at my old age. I want to fight good fighters, and yeah, took the fight. Unfortunately, he lost. He still didn't. He didn't even look that bad, but
Yeah.
it was just obvious that Shavkat was the better fighter on the day.
Shavkat was probably never going to go toe to toe on the ground, on the feet with him, just because of the style he had. Like even his stance is a karate stance, so he just like
stands a bit lower.
No one's used to how he fights, and you can't even get a good sparring partner to like mimic his style because it's his style.
And what's surprising is he's actually not easy to take down, and Shavkat had some issues with it. He still got the 2 takedowns, and which led to the submission. But yeah, he's
it's promising signs though for Shavkat. As I said, we'll talk about the 2 title fights now. This is Alexandre Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. I was going for Brandon, my fellow Brandon.
What do you remember of the fight, Brandon?
Yeah, the first round. I remember the first round, and then I fell asleep. It was, but to that, I have looked at the comments, and it was pretty much people were saying it was a snooze fest. So, like, was I on the money or what? James,
were you at home when you fell asleep, or
yeah, I was like on that seat over there, and I was
gonna say you didn't do a cake and fall asleep at the pub.
Nah, we were definitely legally streaming it. But James, you actually did see some more of the fight.
Yeah. Royval looked all right, just a bit fresh. Sort of needed to work on his ground game, work on getting up a bit. Yeah. Pantoja looked absolutely gassed. To the point where he just sort of had to take him down and then do what he could do, like, comfortably. And he stayed active, but it wasn't necessarily, like, entertaining.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he just hugged him, but...
Look, most flyweight fights aren't that entertaining.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Royval was a little entertaining. He's got a couple, like, knockout
he is a bit.
victories, that sort of stuff.
But once they got on the ground, it was just one-sided, and especially when you start gassing out at like round 3 and you're the champ, you're just gonna go, I'm gonna make sure I win this fight, and he did.
100%.
Getting connection with punches.
Yeah, but, like if it's hard to say there's highlights because he's almost walking around like a zombie in them. But yeah, if you get to see footage of it, he's just looks gassed.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he has been a champ for a little bit, but it's gone for a couple of title holders over the last year and a bit. Like, you had Figueiredo.
Well, was this his first
Brandon
defense?
Moreno. Yeah, I believe he may have had to verse Moreno in a rematch. I'm not sure, but
because I remember it was a few months ago he won it off Moreno.
Yeah, probably hasn't had to have a rematch, but it'll probably come. It'll come.
Yeah.
We'll give our boy Kai Kara France a shot, you know. But yeah, as I said, flyweight division, you know, it's pretty average. It's what you expect. The only good fights have been Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno because they just went to war against each other for 4 fights. That's why they kept getting rebooked. But now we go to the main fight. Look,
Was it a fight?
Yeah, the 2 main fights are a bit rough to watch. But you had Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Now, Leon paced him apart in pretty much every aspect of the fight.
For the first 3 rounds.
Yeah. And then he decided, you know what, I'm going to, like, Colby was going for the takedowns, but Leon's like, you know what, I'm going to stay on the ground with you, mate. I'm gonna do a bit of wrestling with you. He tried a couple attempts at submissions, didn't work at all, but it was such a bad fight for Colby Covington. Like,
embarrassing.
Yeah. To the point, like, all the shit talk he does, I think he is such a worse, like than Conor McGregor. Like, at least Conor McGregor can come in and back it up. You know,
McGregor has won 2 titles.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like him as a person. As a fighter, I can agree that Conor was amazing in that run. Took 2 titles. He probably should have defended before going up a weight division.
Yeah.
That's, again, a personal gripe. The fact is, he did it outstanding. You can't be talking this much shit when you've now lost 3 different title fights.
Owen free.
Owen?
And this was by far his worst. He hadn't fought in like a year and a half beforehand because he's like, no, man, I'm going to fight the champ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They're both as bad as each other, though. They both like fight once a year. But Colby Covington of the lesser, he just ring rush, you can say that. But he's literally fought, yeah, as he said, he fought.
It's like
Kamaru
midway through
Usman
22,
twice.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and then fought Leon Edwards for a title. It's pretty bad. And then like as his shit talking goes, like he talks about Leon Edwards' dead father, and then and his father was like, he was killed in like gang fights back in the day or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
So it was like a murder as well. Like
Fuck.
he
That's brutal.
yeah, he had to like calm himself down, Leon Edwards, to fight the fight, and he did perform very well. Like the leg kicks absolutely bruised his front, like Colby Covington's front
I did
leg.
see the bruises.
Was fucked, but you know, hats off to Leon.
And then you got Colby saying after the fight, "It was the easiest fight ever. I took no damage with blood running out of his nose." And then there's
look at me, not even a scratch on me, like blood.
and then there's footage of him like leaving the arena, and he's hobbling with ice packs on both legs.
Wait, can you see yourself right now? Oh, I can't. I'm blind.
It was good. I see like Twitter, John Jones put up a post. Oh, actually, X.
Yeah.
He's like, thank God you took that fucking asshole out, and I'll buy you anything you want, Leon. You want a dirt bike? I'll buy you that for. Oh, damn. Yeah. But all that fight shows is that they're both getting it absolutely humped by Shavkat Rahmanov.
Yeah, Leon needs to work on his ground game. Because he is coming. It's a matter of time.
The crazy thing is, Leon Edwards, after like post-fight press conference, asked like if Bilal Muhammad was the next person to be given a title chance, and he said no, that doesn't interest me. It's a boring fight, and he alluded to Shavkat, so maybe he wants to take on the boogeyman.
Interesting.
We'll see.
Or maybe
a
he
lot
wants
of
to get
fighters
finished by another bloke.
a lot of fighters have done this in the past, where they would rather try and take on someone like Shavkat earlier than let him go. Keep getting better and better and better.
Where,
like Floyd with Canelo, like
yeah, get onto it early,
Yeah.
squash the bug. And be like, I've done it once, I don't have to do it again. Okay, now, lads, gentlemen, fans of all ages, we have the best part of the podcast. Poor Dan's Guess the Athlete has been taken over by James's ad read. Each week, it bangs. It gets the TikTok views as well, you know. And James, I'll throw it over to you, mate.
Well, this week I'm going to have a bit of practice myself again, all right?
Ooh.
And as my return comes, so does the return of our favourite.
Oh, God.
Because this week's podcast is brought to you by Wazza's Wacky Footy Goods.
Yes!
It's Christmas time, and Wazza has got your last-minute Christmas gifts ready. I'm talking about sharks-themed pill containers, so you know what day to take your drugs and how much to take. And we've got a dragon's take on a classic, Where's Wally? It's called Where's the Bellin? Find him at a courtroom, in your lounge room, or under your bed at a barbecue. We've got a Parramatta camel pack, so you can survive the longest of droughts. And last but not least, we've got a tiger's knife set for your kitchen, so you can backstab all your former great players and coaches. So get down to Wazza's for your last minute Christmas gifts.
Wow, that was good, mate. I love Wazza.
I want Wazza to keep coming back, honestly.
It's good stuff. No, I'll be buying some of these pill sets.
Look, I'm not a Dragons fan, but this Where's the Bellin game sounds really fun.
Yeah, I reckon Where's the Bellin will be a good one.
Definitely a hit for the family to play, you know? Oh, mate, that's good stuff, James.
I thought I'd take a hit at all of us.
Yeah.
Look, exactly. I took Moe's advice on board. I don't hit Parramatta enough.
Yeah.
Thought that was a pretty good
He
one.
doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. But no, that was great, James, and hopefully our sponsor, a sponsor that was as Wacky Footy Goods, will stay on board.
Keep helping us out. Keep the podcast running.
But now we follow back into you, James, because we got some cricket chat. We've been doing all right in the old cricket, and some people have also been doing all right with their deals.
yes, there's been plenty going on. Where I'm not going to touch on your India, South Africa's, or your England, West Indies this week.
No one cares.
I don't care. Because the first test of the Australian summer has come and gone. Australia smash Pakistan. At one stage, it almost looked like it was going to get close, and then it didn't. Including Australia rolling them for 80 in the last innings, ending it in the fourth day. For the Pakistanis, I do want to shout out Amar Jamal, who on debut got a six-for in the first innings. And there was a little bit of an interview that came out. In his career leading up, so he was played 19s Pakistan, came over to Australia to play in the Sydney, just like grade cricket. Had to go back. At one stage, he was driving a taxi, and then he now has made it. Take 6 on debut against Australia in Australia. Congrats to the young man.
Work, young man. Hats off to you.
And then that is literally pretty much as good as it got for Pakistan, because Warner smashes Mitch Johnson all over the park, scoring 164 in the first innings. In the second innings, Khawaja scored a nice 90, but man of the match, the Bison, Mitchell Marsh, 90 in the first innings, 63 not out red in the second innings. How about his fucking form lately? He's
even his form with the ball as well.
Yeah, he took the important wicket of Babar Azam in the first innings. Like anything he touches turns to gold.
Seen like a couple of first traps about him as well. He's a big thickie, isn't he?
Yes. I don't know about you guys, but his chest is looking bigger and bigger. And I know they wear those little sports bras. These pecs are so big, they look like tits.
Yeah. They could rival my tits.
Yeah, they are huge.
He might be on the was as Leachy peptides.
And then I think his shirt's a size too small as well, because the pythons are out. They're fucking looking big. They're strong. They're hitting the ball all around the park. The Bison.
The Bison.
Can we just go back to Warner?
Yep.
The celebration when he got his 100th.
Oh yeah,
the shush.
Well, we don't know who he was telling.
Telling Mitchell Johnson.
What about Mitchell Johnson? Because he's actually been sacked.
Yeah, for Cricket Australia. Didn't even check what he was doing for Cricket Australia, but he got sacked from a position there.
Do you see the short or the TikTok of him like getting asked about it? And he looked very angry.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what's going on in their DMs, but there is some real bad blood. Johnson even came out and sort of defended his stance, and he's like, "Yeah, look, he did well against a shit team, and then he got a duck in the next innings."
I think Johnson, obviously everyone remembers him for how good he was. I think he's like discrediting himself by putting this stance on, and harpering down on it. I don't know. Especially,
and it's like horrible timing for him to be ruining his own legacy when we've got 3 pace bowlers that are all getting hyped up. But
you got what I was about to say. I forgot it. Doug Bowler, no. It was Stevie B. Oh, I forgot it, damn it. Scotty B. I was about to say that joke. But no, cut that and then start again. Scotty B at the G.
Scotty B at the G. Hey, he's back in the squad. People were surprised. It's like, well, we're going back to the MCG, so why wouldn't you have an MCG specialist ready in case a bowler gets injured?
I'm all for Scotty B.
Scotty B's got 6 at the G. Build the man a statue.
But, guys, huge milestone reached by Australia's favourite son, the GOAT, Nathan Lyon. 500 test wickets
Well done,
the
Lino.
third Australian to do it. It puts him 8th overall in the wicket taking for every nation. I think it's third for he's been third for Australia for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's chasing down Pigeon, Glenn McGrath. I think he's got like 60 wickets from chasing him down. He's 32, could play for a long time now.
Well, as we're seeing with the old age, like
Yeah.
you play to 40. Realistically, people are with this day and age, like sports science, your body obviously heals a bit faster and that sort of stuff. So who knows?
And he's the plus side of being a spin bowler is he's bowling the best he's ever bowled.
Yeah.
And with spin bowling, it doesn't take as much out of your body. Like the pace bowlers, you're going to lose a bit of speed in your run up. You're going to lose like the amount you're slamming down and that sort of stuff. With spin, not as much on the body.
No.
Not as much.
For him, it's obviously going to be a big mental thing. Like a long career can sort of drain you mentally, especially like the amount of time away from home a cricketer spends.
Yeah, 100%.
But in his shortcoming is like with the white ball, he's not as good at T20 or one day. But due to that, he actually spends more time in Australia than a lot of our other cricketers. So gets to be around family and so that might help him as well. We could have someone take over Warnie's record.
Ooh.
I doubt it, because you gave him a bit of credit with his age.
34 is he or
36.
36?
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 4 years turns 40.
The numbers look the same to me.
How old's Jimmy Anderson? Like 42 or something.
Look, Dad, are you trying to discredit the GOAT?
No, I'm not. But
look, it's a long task to get to that stage.
I also heard that I don't know where I heard it, but someone was saying he could almost be the king. I'm like, no, you will never take that fucking title from Shane Warne.
Yeah, that's big. Keep the GOAT.
Yeah,
He's
the GOAT.
Yeah. Why would he
He would
need
never
to be
be
called
the
the king?
Gary the GOAT.
But overnight, guys. So a couple of days before this podcast came out, IPL auctions have happened.
Ooh.
We had a couple of records broken. First, Pat Cummins goes for a record of 3.66 million.
That's
a lot of money for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But what was shorter was how long that record lasted. With Mitchell Stark smashing that record, to be fair, getting 4.42 million.
God damn.
Let me break that down for you, because this is not that long of a tournament. He will be getting paid 316,000 a game, and as long as he doesn't bowl any no balls or wides, 13,200 a delivery.
Jeez.
Tell you what, a golden finger. We'll talk about Marsh's golden touch. How about that?
Sign me up. Didn't Travis Head also get a decent?
They're down there, but I know them both. So other big winners were Travis Head and Spencer Johnson, both going over $1 million. They'll take that. Spencer Johnson, one of the new hot prospects coming through the Australian systems with the white ball. He looks good bowler.
Any of them in the same team? Like, who's this money coming from?
Mumbai, probably.
No. So I'm pretty sure Cummins and Head are at the same team.
Ooh. They got a batter and they got a bowler.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Again,
do your own research at home.
Whatever happened to fucking Cam Green? Like, did he get a fucking...
Oh, no, he's still on his... their contract goes for 3... No, I think their contract goes for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then they're signed to them. So as long as they play, they have to go back to that team that just bought them for that much at the auction and stuff. But unfortunate for our other favourite son, we've got a lot of them.
Yep.
Smudge misses out. Doesn't get sold at the auction.
Oh, he didn't get sold.
Nah.
Oh no, that's like at a sports team where you just don't get picked.
That's like at school, like you get picked last, but you just don't even get picked.
Poor Smudge.
Everyone's
Poor
only got
Smudgy.
so many international spots, and his form in T20 is not great. And to be fair, his form in one day for a two-time World Cup winner and a T20 World Cup winner as well, he really doesn't score runs that quick in those. So when you're looking for a key player, an anchor isn't what you'd usually look for.
Poor Smudgy.
Yeah, so poor Smudgy misses out. I'm sure he'll be crying in his multi-million-dollar house. All of his other property that he flips as well.
Somewhere in the northern beaches.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But yeah, that's the cricket wrap. Next test, obviously, Boxing Day test. You'd imagine we win. Also,
Imagine.
somebody's predictions are well on track to win right now.
He's the
can I change
cricket
my
guru.
Can I change my highest run scorer, please?
Warner scores a
Osman
duck in
Khawaja?
the second innings and he's still leading.
Why he's the guru?
Only by a little bit above Marshy, but
Yeah, there's like 10,
Yeah.
10 runs in it.
I didn't even check who took the most wickets, but I know Stark's up there.
Look, we do say you get cricket, and obviously it shows.
Look, Labuschagne could come out and score 200 or
Yeah.
300 next, and I think all three
Boxing
of you
Day
did.
special.
All three
I'm
of you
pretty
pick
sure.
Labuschagne?
Me and Lucas definitely.
Yeah, I did because
Didn't Dan go ahead? No.
no, I changed mine at the last minute
yeah.
because
And to be honest, I was more leaning you towards like a Khawaja.
yeah.
But, oh well.
But yeah, anyway, IPL, sign one of us for a multi-million.
Yeah.
I'll play cricket for anything. I'll do it. I'll do it. We are related to Pat Cummins, so
He may not know us, but we
yeah,
are.
but he will know us one day. We keep saying this.
Yeah.
He'll see.
You'll go,
this
I've
one
never
day."
heard of these guys in my fucking life.
But talking about famous athletes, and well, guess what? We're guessing the famous
Oh my
athlete.
god.
Then, mate, the second best part of the podcast. We are over to you, mate.
Right, this week we got a good one.
Ooh, a doozy.
We got a good one. All right, let me just get the timer up here on my phone.
We're going a double Leach special here.
Oh. Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Okay,
I'll give you a minute because
okay. Ooh.
I don't know. Yous, like both of you, put your heads together.
Yeah. Okay.
One of you had just like 99 IQ. One of you has 2. But anyway,
You won't tell who's.
I'll
got
let you two
okay,
work out who's who. All right, boys, you have 60 seconds to guess the athlete. Let's go.
NRL.
No,
Cricket.
no,
Fuck.
Sports car.
no,
UFC.
no,
Jockey.
no,
Racing.
no,
Tennis.
no,
AFL.
no,
Basketball.
no.
NBA.
Lucas would be proud of me. No,
Athletics.
no,
NFL.
no,
Hockey.
no.
Australian sport.
Yes, Australia do play it.
Netball.
No. 30 seconds.
Fishing.
No.
Baseball.
No.
Jesus.
Olympic sport?
Yes, it is in the Olympics.
Did we say golf?
No.
Swimming.
What is my foot doing right now?
Kicking.
What do you use with your feet for a sport?
Soccer.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. How did we fucking forget
Yeah, how did I
the
miss that?
biggest sport in the world?
EPL.
He probably, he played in the EPL.
A-League then? Current player?
No, he's not a current player.
Okay. Australian?
Yes, but you're over time.
Okay, so we have probably in the EPL.
So. Yeah, he did play in the
No.
EPL. Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking, right?
Australian.
So you got Dan's knowledge of former Australian players.
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
So you got
Timmy
Mark
Cahill.
Schwarzer, Tim
Nice.
Cahill, Viduka,
Viduka.
Harry Kuehl,
Harry Kuehl.
and Ange Postecoglou.
I'm liking Harry Kuehl or Ange.
Yeah.
This is what I'm leaning to. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I like a Harry Kuehl to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'll pick Harry Kuehl.
Yes.
Hey, just to prove you know, right? Harry Kuehl.
So Dan, how correct was I
my
about naming
God.
all the former Australian players that you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'd probably
James
say I know a few more, but like off the top of my head, yeah.
James named them, and then I narrowed down which one Dan would say.
I'm not gonna lie, you're at like a minute 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
because
was just like, oh fuck it, you just didn't get it, so I'm just been sitting here the whole time.
That
just
made
going,
the TikTok better. That,
the mental fade of not saying soccer is
Oh.
amazing.
I don't know how you didn't say soccer.
it's because you're not doing it yourself, and you're going one for one, and I'm like, listen to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, we didn't say soccer. Well,
Good
I
job,
thought you had
boys.
like a fucking fit. You
Yeah.
I'm like, hurdles? Are you trying to jump over a hurdle?
I'm just stretching out my leg, guys.
Oh mate, no, good stuff, Dan. That one, because we won it, it's actually my favorite part of the podcast. James, you've been demoted. But that's good. And now we get into the listener questions. Not as many this week as I was a bit slack on the old Instagram and didn't put it up. Yikes. Sorry to Kyle and Moe and all the other guys who didn't get to give us a question. But we had Matty C give us one. He sent it to the old DMs, slid in the DMs. We had, what's the most humiliating thing that's happened to you in public? Now, I'm going to, either of you guys got a...
No, I was here, but I was writing the ad
Okay,
read when he
okay.
was saying this.
I'm also a bit stumped on most humiliating thing, but I don't know. I can think of one thing that comes to my mind is when I was a kid, and maybe it wasn't humiliating for me, but it was humiliating for the people around me. I had the biggest like temper tantrum to the point that I was like on the streets, just yelling my head off, and it was sad. I dropped to the ground, I think, at one stage, and was I was holding someone's hand. I'm like, no, I'm staying here, but I don't know. I think I can't think of anything else. James, you got anything?
Yeah, had an emotional breakdown at your 18th and ran away.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was
That's pretty humiliating, yeah.
yeah, that was pretty humiliating. I'll leave the details, but
Yeah,
that was-
that's rough.
We all remember it.
Dan, anything come to your mind
I
yet?
cannot think of anything, though.
Yeah, okay, that's fair, mate. That's fair.
Yeah.
just live a perfect life. Do
yeah,
you?
right, it's just,
Never get humiliated. No. I probably have been.
I mean, other
Yeah.
ones for me would be like stories of security guards and getting banned from places. But hey, we'll calm that down. Now, the other questions we have, start conversation starters. TikToks. I would say, boys, are you a scruncher or a folder?
I am definitely a folder.
You're a folder, Dan.
If you're a scruncher, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, what if like you're
Ooh.
scrunching it and like the shit just gets on your fingers while you're fucking like
These are
wiping?
wonderful. James, are you a scruncher or a folder?
If you scrunch, there is not enough disgusting words in the dictionary to call you. You are an absolute grub of the highest degree and should not be allowed out in public.
Well, boys, I'm a folder as well. I was going to do it for dramatic effect there, but no, I am a folder. Yeah, if you scrunch, you got to be like a weirdo, to be honest.
Yeah.
So to all the people on the internet, do you scrunch and why do you scrunch? Like, what went wrong with you as a kid?
Like, surely they're just like sitting there like,
I'm sorry that your parents weren't around.
Yeah, like the toilet paper comes as a square. Now, scrunching it, what does that do for you?
like, it's a bit more of a waste because you just have to like scrunch it up. Oh yeah, one wipe. Oh yeah, that's done.
You have a
And
bigger
Oh, there's shit.
The surface area as well, it's
Yeah.
smaller.
Look, it's food for thought, but there are some people that do that out there.
And
It amazes me.
And if you do scrunch, it's not okay.
There's help out there.
There is help out there. 1-800-858.
858.
It might not help you, but honestly,
They'll
like,
help you something.
yeah.
But another great question we have had come in. Now, tomato sauce, tomato, in the cupboard or in the fridge, boys? Dan, I'll head to you first because me and James are going to have a very similar answer.
In the fridge.
In the fridge, you are a
Well,
fridger?
I can look behind the camera over there and I see your barbecue sauce on the.
Yeah,
on the
that's
shelf,
a little
so-
weird.
Yeah.
So, me and James
think
are
I-
both
Put that there by accident because I was using the big tomato sauce while cooking.
probably drunk. We're both fridges.
Yeah.
But yeah, though, if you could see this right now, there is a bottle of barbecue sauce in our cupboard. So that's a bit rough. Trust me, I'm a fridger. But I mean, again, for people who aren't fridgers, I guess you've grown up with it, but it literally says on the bottle to be stored in fridge.
Why would you want that little bit of water that builds on the top
Yeah.
when it's left in the cupboard?
I look at it as the same thing as a tomato. Now, do you leave your tomatoes just in your cupboard?
No.
No, I put it in the fridge, mate.
Do you leave your barbecues in the cupboard?
Yes, obviously.
A little barbecue, just store it straight in there.
Oh, I put mine in the fridge.
Ah.
But like with the tomatoes, obviously there's a lot of preservatives in the fuckers, but like
Yeah.
they would go off over time if they sit in the cupboard for that long. This is my theory, but
Also, like, is there anything better than a real hot like pie with cold tomato sauce?
that's true. Like what
Yeah.
what is the sauce for? Obviously the taste is a little bit better, but the cooling down of a pie is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
The balance of the hot and the cold, it just works so beautiful.
Yeah. With the topic of sauce.
Yeah.
So with meat, you guys have tomato sauce or barbecue sauce?
Ooh.
I'm a bit of a Tommy guy, to be honest. I know that might be a bit controversial, but I do like my Tommy.
There's nothing better than barbecue sauce with a bit of like sausage, steak, or just on a sandwich, you know. Or
I'm a Tommy as well, but like I'll throw a barbecue into a bacon sandwich sometimes just to change it up a little bit. I don't mind it.
fair enough.
But yeah, no, I isn't barbecue sauce pretty much tomato sauce with just some additives in it?
Like onions. Like
Yeah.
tomato sauce with onion.
Yeah.
Who knows,
Wow. Well, we're getting too into it now, but
We're delving deep into
some
sauce.
great listener
Get
questions.
in the sauce.
We hope to get more listener questions next week when I remember to Instagram.
Just one more.
Okay. Sorry,
you did say
fam.
you did say there was something else earlier that we were going to put in there.
I did.
The
Yeah.
worst and best Christmas presents you've ever got.
Okay, good stuff. Now, obviously, Lynx always gets thrown around as one of the worst. But for me, personally, a worst Christmas gift is usually like a piece of clothing that I see it and I go, I'm never going to wear this. Like, it's not getting to wear. And then, like, what do? You don't throw it out, right? Like, originally, you just kind of gotta keep it in the cupboard for a while until maybe you might wear it one time you see them and you go, yeah, look, it's on me. But, yeah, no,
I'm wearing this shirt.
that's probably my worst. Either of you guys got a worse one? Or-
I've got a worse and best for you.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Socks. 1 to 13. 1 to 16, maybe. Yeah, 1 to 16. Socks are the worst present you could be given. 16 plus. Socks are the best present you could be given. Fresh pair of socks, give me them every day of the week.
Hell yeah.
But you don't really buy socks throughout the year, do you? So it comes to the end of the year, you need a top up in your cupboard.
100% you do.
Yeah, we all know they go missing.
Yeah, we always have like the odd socks.
So give me more socks. I know Dan loves his socks.
You know, on the topic of socks, I always buy black socks. Just plain black socks. Because you never have odd socks.
Ooh.
And if I'm wearing white shoes, I just buy white socks. You never have odd socks.
Genius, but I still always never
How's he
have
do it?
an even amount of socks.
Yeah.
It's always odd.
I sometimes I go with the sock pile.
Nice.
The washing machine or the dryer obviously swallows them.
I do have a sock pile of socks that I have half of a set, and I
Yeah.
leave them till maybe I'll find the other half.
I think it's the little googly moves that are stealing the socks. Actually, you know the little guys, and they go, "Rah, rah, 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 I'm taking socks. I'm a googly moo."
Me of a late night after drinking.
With my worst present, I'm not gonna name any names.
No names. No
or
names.
anything, but if this person ever watches the podcast, I know who got it for me. It was a chair one year, and I don't think the weight limit was suited to me.
Oh, rough. Did you go through the seat?
I never sat on it.
Okay. They just didn't look, I guess. But no, for me, like, I was going worst as like a general, like what people for worst. But
Oh, yeah.
my worst personally would be I got a scooter. Not really big scooter rider. But the reason I got a scooter was because James was really getting into scooters at that time. And the parents thought, you know what?
Get two.
Yeah, you got two sons, get two scooters. Like, buy one, get one free, baby. I don't know.
They would probably buy one, get one half price or something.
But they did the nice thing. Like, it was a good scooter, but I barely rode it. I'm not a big scooter man myself.
The Razor scooters?
Yeah.
One had orange handlebars, one had blue or something.
Nah, we ended up...
No. I think you're talking about the black ones that we
Yeah.
got later.
Oh, yeah.
The Maggies or something. I can't remember.
But we end up, we got the exact same scooter. They were nice scooters, but I'm no, sorry to the mum and dad who are watching this, listening to this, but that was probably like equally, you wake up on Christmas, you're like, oh, I got an Xbox last year, what am I getting to? Scooter.
Scooter.
Shit.
It's like that video of that kid that opens up the avocado.
Yeah.
An avocado. Thanks.
And for best Christmas present, what would he say? I mean, gaming consoles are obviously up there as a best. Maybe clothing as well. Like, they could be the making and the breaking of it. But for me, I don't know. I can't think of a best. So I think there was just too many good ones for all you guys. Thanks.
I think for me, probably from Santa.
Yeah, Santa, of course.
It would have been probably back in the day. I got Xbox 360 when Xbox 360.
Yeah, when they were
actually relevant.
Yeah.
But yeah, then other than that, like from probably then on, I've always bought my own consoles.
Yeah.
And all that. So.
What about the best gift you reckon you've given, guys? I can think of a couple, and it was for your old man for Christmas. It was maybe 2 years ago. I got him a hairbrush.
Oh,
I got him.
It wasn't a hairbrush; it was a dog's.
Yeah. I got him a sun visor, and I got him like all these weird stuff. And you'd think it'd be weird, but he was bald, so he had so there was no need for any of it. But then I got him a gift card as well because I'm a nice man. But that was my best. So.
I think the best and also it's a funny one. My sister one year had wrapped this thing that looked like a drill.
Yeah.
So she'd shaped it like a power drill.
Yeah.
She'd put something on top of a of a deodorant can, wrapped it all up, put like a candle down the bottom to give it some weight, and then underneath the candle on the bottom was a gift card.
That's so good. Oh, bloody hell. There's some good stuff you can do with gifts.
Me and my sister always managed to just troll each other with Christmas gifts.
100%.
I think last year I used duct tape on her Christmas present.
If you use that much duct tape, she won't even want to open it by the end of it.
There's some zip ties in the house somewhere.
Oh. If you're watching, Alyssa, we'll look forward to your
in advance.
Well, no, some great questions, guys, and I hope the fans enjoyed. But now we're bringing back a segment. It's been missing for a little while. I thought I would pad some time, but we really haven't needed it. I think this podcast has been good, guys. But
we've been talking shit a lot.
Start Bench Cut is back, NRL edition. And I will ask both of you a couple, and then when we get to the end, it'll be individual for each of our teams. So, Start Bench Cut, NRL edition. Wade Egan, Blake Brayley, Brandon Smith. James, who you picking?
Is this on last year's form or
overall?
Best? All right, so Brandon Smith start, probably Brayley bench, and unfortunately cut Wade Egan. Concussed too often.
That's fair. That's fair. Dan, similar or?
Look, if it was based on this year's form, it would be like a lot different. But overall, yeah, pretty much start Smith, bench Blake Brayley, and then cut Wade Egan.
Well, overall, I'm going to start Blake Brayley as he's the youth. He's coming through, mate. He's going to be a weapon.
There's the cheese.
The cheese in dummy half hasn't lived up to his hype, although being a New Zealand international is pretty good.
Yeah, New Zealand international. Dally M hooker of the year.
But I'll start Blake, bench Brandon, fellow Brandon, sorry, and then cut Wade. Now, next one, Roosters base. Also, shout out to the Cast Patrol for all of these. I've nabbed them from your Instagram. We've got Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suaalii, and Dom Young. Dan, who you picking?
Ugh. I'm gonna start Dom Young. Probably bench Joseph Suaalii, and then just cut Daniel Tupou just because of his age.
That's fair, mate. James, who you picking?
Look, this is a hard one. I don't know how the Roosters have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You know what? I'll start Daniel Tupou, statesman.
Yep.
Been around, done it, scores so many tries, does it easy. Aerial threat. Then I will bench Dom Young and I'll let Suaalii go and ruin his life at Union and cry himself with money.
That's fair, mate. I'll probably do a Roosters and fit them all under the salary cap, and they'll all play. So, on to the next, lads. We have Campbell Graham, Herbie Farnworth, and Valentine Holmes. James, mate, who you picking?
You got to start Val, bench Campbell Graham, and cut Herbie. Just pecking orders.
Dan, mate.
Oh, it is a rough one.
Tough, rough.
Like, two of them are good young blokes coming
Brothers.
One of them might kill you though.
through. One of them might kill you, yes.
True.
And the other one could just look you to death, like he's just that good looking. But
It's
I'll
true.
probably go the same as James. Just
Yeah,
start
I
Val.
think that's a pretty easy one, I reckon. Val, you would
Just
start.
runs on the board, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Campbell Graham's, you would think the future of New South Wales. So
Yeah.
you got to give him a start. Oh, I mean, a bench. And then Val's done it all. Even the was his wacky footy. He's bought a couple of those in his life. But now we go on to a dummy half start bench cut. We got Harry Grant, Appy Coruscant, and Damien Cook. Dan, mate, who you picking?
I'm starting Grant
Yep,
just because look what he does in Queensland and Australia.
this is true. This is true.
I'm benching Cookie and cutting Appy.
Ooh,
It is a
rough,
tough one to make.
rough and
yeah.
tough. James, mate, who you picking?
Start has I'll bench Appy, the 3-time premiership winner.
Yep.
And Cook.
I will. I'll start Damien Cook, the beach sprinter.
Oh yeah, I
Out of
forgot
the
about
free.
how to
Man, come on. If you're going to back someone, it's the beach sprinter. Happy
Because
Carousel.
you can also fit him in centre.
Yeah. He's a utility, if anything. Carousel is the Tigers captain, so he will get cut. And then Harry Grant bench.
I mean, Harry Grant off the bench is a good option as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he plays for Queensland, so
Yeah.
onto something
I'm
here.
guessing this next one is aimed at me.
Yeah, the next one's a Dragons one here, and it's a toughie, Dan. We got Ben Hunt, Tom Dearden, and Adam Fanua Blake. Who
What do you mean? This is easy.
you
Start AFB. Cut Ben Hunt. Bench Tom Dearden. Let's go.
Now, what you
Fuck you,
really
Ben
got
Hunt.
is start Ben Hunt. Don't get an option to cut Dearden off Fanua Blake.
Do
Unfortunately,
not sign Tom Dearden. Do not sign Adam Fanua Blake.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
It's good to see your love for Ben Hunt hasn't changed.
Fuck the bloke you wanted to leave.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's your captain and halfback next year. But we'll move on. Now, James,
Flanagan.
this one is for you. Start bench cut Parramatta edition.
I can't believe I'm going to have to say this.
We have,
Because obviously, if they were the same money,
yeah. Well, James, it's tough, it's rough, but we have Wagga Blake, Morgan Harper, and we have Isaac Lumi. Who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting?
so if it's my team and I they're all on the same money. Because
Yeah.
the biggest problem with Walker Blake was overpay. So
Yeah.
he's easily the best player out of the three. So you start Walker, you let in a couple of tries, but you might score a couple of tries.
Yeah, he won't pass the ball, but
Yeah, no, never. Then I think you have to bench Morgan Harper.
Yep, that's
Yeah, at least keeps his eye on the ball. He might let it run past him, but yeah, I'll cut poor Isaac for the joke beforehand.
rough. Now, the last one is for myself, and I actually haven't put forward to it. I just thought of the three players I didn't like the most at Cronulla at the time. So I've picked Gerard Beale, Aaron Woods, and Matt Moylan.
You talk about premiership winner Gerard Beale.
That is premiership winner Gerard Beale. That year, I don't
Two
feel
time,
like
isn't he? Did he win at the
did that
Dragons?
much for us.
Who?
Gerard Beale, was he in?
No.
Nah.
That's 2010.
Yeah, good point.
But,
It was 2010 and 2016. There's not that big of a difference.
I will start Matt Moylan. His defense may lack, but his attack was pretty good. Injury wise, also didn't play a lot, so rough. But I will start him. And then Aaron Woods gets a bench spot, not because of who's playing, not because he was an international, not because he played for New South Wales. Because of his media personality, just like the NRL, I want him in my team. And then Gerard, unfortunately, you get the cut. Unfortunate, but rough. For him.
Also, think about the team morality with Aaron Woods jumping over team hurdles after Origin drought.
Just falling on his face. No, great segment. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's up there with the top three. Of
Top three.
this podcast. But now we move. All right. Now, no Lucas this week, as we've mentioned earlier. But
Right there, what do you mean?
oh yes, hey Lucas, man.
What are your best episodes, Lucas?
Yeah. Any horse racing? Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. But horse racing, we have not much, but we do have one of the GOATs, one of the legends. Damien Oliver has retired, had his last race. We salute you, Damien. And guess what, boys? On his last race, the heavens have opened up, and he has had a win on Moonamek. Now, we will watch the race live, and hopefully Dan chucks it in the video this time. But it's a great watch because it's a great race.
The rush for gold is underway. Sava to
Okay,
excel. Won
now,
the start. Comfort me.
Moonamek
Red
is
Can
number
Man
4,
away
yes.
nicely. Oliver's
Watch-
going to go right back towards
Watch
the tail
how
end of the
he
field, though, with Moonamek at the early
goes all the
stages.
way to the back.
Massimo
Jesus
went forward.
Christ.
Over on the inside, Nucky had Baby Paris prominent.
Not in a good
Also
spot.
right there,
Not
Carly's
at all.
Karma. They're not
Definitely
going
not.
overly quickly. Ayrton found
And
itself deep on the outside of
look,
the three-year-old
if you're not Damien
Ripcord.
Oliver,
Then
I
deeper
don't
on
know
the
if
course
you
as
could
well
win
is Hot
from
Z
here.
forced to cover additional
Reckon
ground. It's a
J-Mac would win it
muddlingly
on
run
the
race.
well,
On the
yeah.
rails, Labour Rod Resort Man, Dom
I
to
could've
shoot
won it
now.
on
Bellarmé
wings.
inside of those. Followed further back by, at the head of the others,
the
Moonamek,
800.
who's third from
Third
last. Back
last.
there with Bustler. Last of all is Valor Road.
Yeah, horse
Sava
war,
to
yeah.
excel,
Lost
getting it
in,
very
third
cheaply.
last.
At the 600 led them. More
Rough.
than a length the margin. Red Can Man. Ayrton has
You reckon
covered
this is
extra
an
ground.
inside
Baby
job?
Paris beautifully placed on the fence,
They've all
about to
just
go.
I've
seen
Over
comments.
on the
I've seen
outside
comments.
then, around them making ground
Here we
is
go.
Comfort
Coming
Me
up the
working
inside.
into
This
it
is
well,
the
followed
corner.
by Carly's Karma, Massimo and
Look
Ripcord
at, like, it's
about
just
to let
not a
rip as
good
they
spot
set
to
sail
be.
for the judge, and Moonamek is
it looks
trying
like it
to
just
weave his
all
way
opens
through
up
the
for
field.
him.
Red Can Man took Sava to excel.
here
Ayrton under pressure.
we-
Comfort Me. Oliver's getting
Very
through
good.
with
And he's
Moonamek.
still, like,
Ripcord's
trapped.
coming
There's
down
not-
the outside.
No way.
Comfort
And then
Me.
there's-
No way.
Ripcord, and now
fuck does he get out of there?
Moonamek has got there. Oliver's
I
got
love the
run.
stand up early.
The racing
That would
gods
have
have
been
spoken.
chilled.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, honestly, absolute weapon. What a run. What a race. And to finish on that is something special.
Be able to get out like he did. Like, and he even got fucking pushed back.
Yeah.
Like at the 200 as well.
As James said, look, there was comments of maybe like other jockeys seen him. You'll just let him in there. Oh, Jesus.
I mean,
And let him have a nice run.
why wouldn't you? Honestly,
Well,
send him off a champion.
yeah, no, I'm sure Lucas has a lot to say about that. And the tree said
am
nothing.
Groot.
Well,
but NRL,
episode.
we'll get into NRL talk, I guess. as Lucas doesn't want to speak about horse racing, we keep going to him. He just doesn't want to. But NRL Talk, big news coming out of the Shire, mate. Am I happy whatsoever? In 2025, the Sharks will have Adam Fanua-Blake. He's on a 4-year contract. He's getting older, but I think it's a huge signing for the Sharks, and I think it will definitely help our club win a final, semi-final. I think we might have a chance. Who knows? Could win a grand final. Dan, mate, you seem a bit sad over there.
Fuck off! You stole him from under our noses.
Yeah, that is rough because he could have brought.
You weren't even in the running. Then out of nowhere,
Yeah,
you just fucking sign him.
One thing I do love about our club of late is that we will. Like, there will be little leaks of, maybe they might be interested. But there hasn't been talks of, like, how many years, how much we're going to pay him.
Yeah.
People still don't know exactly how much we're going to pay him. It's like we've come out of nowhere. We're just like, man, we've signed him. We were the first ones to announce we signed him. It wasn't someone else in the media like Michael Chalmers going,
Taking a stab
Jerome
at the dark,
Luai has signed with West Tigers. Actually, no, he has, like, 10 days to backflip. And then Luai says... Guess what? I actually haven't signed. It's a bit of stupidity. James, mate, how do you feel about Sharks being the next powerhouse?
Look, you needed a leader in your pack. Like, you got good forwards. You got good forwards, but you didn't have a leader in your pack. You found him. Apparently at a pretty good deal. And what helps is that you've got players like Nico on a little bit unders, and I think a couple of your other backlines signed for a little bit less than they probably should have.
Yep.
Especially because they signed before the new salary cap. So you're sitting in a good position as a club. Everything's coming up Sharkies, unfortunately.
That's right. Like, as much as like losing Tracy. We obviously Moylan's gone, Wade Graham's gone, but like to see where the money gets put to something like this, it just brings so much hope. For the club for the future. And
then you got like your current leader of your forward pack, but like he's not the aggressive leader, Dale Finucane.
He'll be off contract.
So it all works out really well. It seems to be a well-run club.
At the moment.
Until it all comes crumbling.
Now that we got rid of that Shane Flanagan guy. Talking about Shane Flanagan, so he had been very happy and thought they were close to getting Adam Fanua-Blake, and he was also looking for another player to fill Ben Hunt's role. Name of Tom Dearden. Anyone know him? Well, he also didn't sign for the Dragons. He decided I'll stay with Cowboys for less.
Like till 2029, I think.
Yeah, he's decided, you know what? The bottom 8 and the spoons aren't worth it. Dan, opinions again.
Fuck off.
I don't mean to be rough. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But it is... it's tough when you're at that stage in your club is struggling to sign. Like, you have to throw overs to get anyone.
Yeah.
Which is why Tigers are the same with Jerome Luai. And then you need other good players for them to want to come. The fact that you're losing Ben Hunt, one of your best players, does not entice many players to come.
And especially the way he's conducted himself, because it's like, well, what's happened here?
Yeah.
Why on earth does Ben Hunt want to leave?
The only thing that's enticing players at the moment is the new coach. Like, that obviously helps. But then also your coaches have been sacked for the last how many years in like a row. Like, it also gives no stability of who's going to coach me next year if Shane Flanagan gets sacked.
We want Mary McGregor.
Yeah, bring back Mary.
I don't believe Shane will get sacked.
Yeah, he shouldn't. And he will do good for your club. Jack Bird to be captain, Sharks legend.
In all honesty, I wouldn't fucking say no. Honestly,
I think I've heard he looking at to play centre because he likes playing centre under Shano. So that could be good for him.
Lose a few kegs though.
Yeah, and stay on the field would be
Yeah.
a plus for him. But yeah, so 2 signings. Unfortunate for Dragons not to get, but you did get Corey Allen. Now let me tell you about about Corey
I think
Allen.
we talked about him last week,
You
didn't
did?
we?
Okay, I don't know. Good player. Good player. Another bloke I did mention a tad, but Tigers are offering Jerome Luai absurd money.
1.2,
1.2.
apparently.
And then did something come out today about Bulldogs as well?
Yeah, apparently the
from-
Bulldogs are pretty. I think maybe a similar deal.
Yeah, okay. So it's between choosing between 2 shit clubs.
Yeah.
And which team you want to play for the spoon? If Bulldogs are offering similar money, which I don't know how they can,
They've got to be cutting so many players next year if
Yeah.
they can.
it's an absurd amount, but I would probably pick the Bulldogs over the Tigers. I don't know. I feel like we did this as well before.
Yeah.
Who would you pick? Tigers, obviously, you have
Coruscant.
Bulldogs, you have Crichton.
Brighton, Burton.
Burton. But, I mean, Coruscant, Papali'i outside you,
Yeah.
he's a good player.
He's got Kickow outside him at Bulldogs,
Yeah.
his old mate.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's sort of even choices. Bulldogs have got their shit behind doors a bit better run, obviously. Tigers' new board could be better, but we're yet to see.
Unseen. I think it'd be funny if Luai alludes to him going to Tigers, then Christmas Day drops the present on him.
Yeah.
I know a Bulldog.
Talking about all the Bulldogs players going to, all the Penrith players going to Bulldogs. You know how when all the Sharks players the Tigers players went to the Sharks.
Yep, the Tiger Sharks.
Yeah, they called them Tiger Sharks. So do we start calling them the Penrith Bulldogs? Or the Bulldog Panthers?
Pan Dogs.
The Pan Dogs?
The Dogfers. Well, look, we'll.
Or what about Penrith Bees? They've got the assistant coach, all the players that have been cut.
Penrith B team.
Eventually, they'll win a premiership in the near 50 years.
Russell's 10-year plan.
Yep. Well, now we've got through the signing news. I'm sure there's other signings we didn't get through, but the NRL still, promoting our code over in the United States of America. They still got Aaron Woods over there as the face of NRL, which is great. It's great for our
beautiful
our sport. But they have recently been amping it up and showing our sport to a lot more of the NFL players. A couple of TikToks here and there with some of the current NFL players. And they were on a panel with some of the old NFL players, and they did a little bit of a promo, and it was Rob Gronkowski, one of the great NFL players, a tight end, used to be. The Gronk. Great player. And they did a little promo. They were, I think it may have been Woodsy passed him the ball. He was wearing a Manly jersey. And then he goes for a touchdown. Now, boys, how do you feel about a Steeden? An NRL ball getting spiked into the ground.
Probably going to bounce up and fucking whack you in the face, honestly.
True, but I think it's a knock on.
Yeah.
20
tap.
Yeah, look, Gronk, I don't think you're making the code anytime soon.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
Stay in your lane.
pretty sure he's also 40 years old.
All right. Now we get into the punting part of the podcast. The Couch Commentators' best bets. We'll head over to Lucas for his top tip.
G'day guys, Lucas from the Couch Commentators podcast coming at you this week with my best bet. We are going to Eagle Farm this week. We're going to the Channel 7 Burnborough Plate, Race 7, Number 7, Tazaral. It's a great second up record, and I think he is primed to go bang second up this weekend. So once again, guys, that is Race 7, Number 7 at Eagle Farm.
Wow.
Nice, Lucas. Nice.
Good tree. Good tree.
Now we will head over to Dan for his decision, mate. You got any juicy bets for us?
All right. So, this week, there's not many fucking races going.
No, not at all.
I'm not that much of a racehorse fan. Like, I watch it, but, I'm not that big into it. And even I know there's fucking shit all.
Yep.
I mean, it is Christmas weekend, but still. So this week, we're going to Randwick, race 4, number 5, Crips Tonight.
Ooh, Crips Tonight. Is that the shout out to the Superman?
I did pick it because of Superman.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. Good
Well,
stuff.
you're just a crip. Rep your boys.
Seize up.
It was Randwick Race 4.
Randwick, race 4, number 5, Crips Tonight. Paying $7.
Beautiful.
Bet with your head, not over it.
Look, I think to finish the season on a win would be nice, Dan.
It would, honestly.
Jim, your jam.
So we're going also to Randwick. We're going to race 7. We're going for number 10, Wave Rider Boy.
Boy.
Very consistent horse coming back from a spell. It's paying $5 for the win. If you want to play it safe, which I probably won't this time, it's paying $2 a place. So you could obviously just make sure that you don't lose your money. Because, it doesn't run many times where it's not in the top 3. So,
yeah, nice. Now, I will be picking race 8 at Randwick. We're all at Randwick, which is nice. So I wonder if Lucas messed that up. I'll be picking, excuse me for the pronunciation, as I don't know this horse too well, Chrysor, with Tyler Schiller on board, a great jockey, apprentice jockey, really one of the best apprentice jockeys I think going around. Paying $6.50, coming off a win. So, I mean, look, back-to-back wins on the cards for it. And gamble responsibly. But, top punter for a reason. But,
Not for long.
Not for long.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Does it all restart after New Year's?
Yeah, we are starting again for next year. And hopefully we get a sponsor on board for our punting needs. But, boys, that's the podcast done. Obviously, the horse racing ATS will be on the Instagram. It'll probably just be all of our horses for a place because we haven't won one so far. But anything else you just want to add?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, James.
Responsibly.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. Yeah.
Lucas, anything?
Lucas? Okay, so, but yeah, as Dan said, Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy the silly season. Have a couple beers. And we'll see you when we see you. Maybe next year, maybe next week.
Don't fight your family at Christmas.
Yeah, don't do that.
Fight your nan.
She can't fly back.